With Edge of Fate just around the corner, Bungie dropped into the TWID today what armor changes are going to be, exotic armor changes are going to be coming with the expansion. So we're going to go over them, give you kind of a little idea of what to expect. Starting off with the Hunters, we got the Dragon Shadow. The Dragon Shadow now passively increases weapon stability and ready speed. Dodging reloads your equipped weapon, no longer reloads holstered weapons. Activating your dodge ability grants the following effects for a short time: increased stability and handling, increased move speed, increased sprint, slide, and ADS strafe speed, increased class stat. Speedloader Slacks, they adjusted the tight fit perk. Dodging reloads all weapons and grants increased handling and reload speed for you and nearby allies. While this buff is active, additional dodges increase the strength of the buff and refreshes the timer. Dealing sustained damage grants class ability energy. Next, we got the Mask of Bacchus. The Mask of Bacchus effects are now active with either an arc or a stasis super equipped, so that's nice. Reworked Light Shift no longer provides a non-stacking surge damage bonus. Now it grants a plus 10% damage for eligible weapons, stasis weapons, arc weapons, and Lord of Wolves per stack. Stacks up to 3 times. While active, weapon final blows grant class ability energy. Next is Khepri's Sting. Khepri's Sting removed automatic smoke bomb activation when using a melee attack. Removed True Sight when dealing damage with smoke bomb. Added killing weakened targets creates a burst of weakening smoke and returns smoke bomb energy. Oath Keepers will now increase maximum damage bonus from 150% to 200%. Now provides more of the total damage bonus earlier in the overdraw. Blight Ranger. This one's gotten a lot. Blight Ranger fixed an issue where cancellation damage was not consistently scaling based on voltaic mirror progress. Adjusted voltaic mirror meter behavior. Now requires 25% less reflections to reach maximum. Fills more evenly. Locked melee attacks now count as a reflection. Maximum cancellation damage increased by 50%. This is an addition to the fix above. Minimum cancellation damage increased by 150%. Now always applies blind before dealing damage. Updated visuals, audio, and timing of the blinding shockwave to better reflect its impact. Now we got the Titans. We got Crest of Alpalupi. Crest of Alpalupi now has some additional effects. Sustained damage while behind a barricade. Triggers another small healing pulse. Healing your allies grants a barricade energy. Okay, that's nice. Phoenix Cradle. Updated visual effects on sunspots while their user has Phoenix Cradles to look more clearly supportive to allies. Added additional effects. Dealing sustained solar weapon damage in a sunspot extends its duration. Providing solar buffs to allies has the chance to create a sunspot at your feet. Then we got MK44 stand asides. Sprinting with Juggernaut active periodically grants you a stack of static charge. Sprinting with Amplified creates an area behind you that grants allies speed booster. Then we got Path of Burning Steps. Path of Burning Steps increases solar weapon damage and solar ignition damage based on the number of stacks of Roaring Flames you have. Roaring Flame times 1, 2, 3 grants 10, 15, 20% bonus solar weapon damage and 5, 10, 15% bonus ignition damage. Stacks with the Surge mods as well, which is nice. Reduces the duration of suspend, slow, and freeze effects applied to you. Ambient Leap now increases the duration of suspend applied by enhanced Drenger's lashes. Actium War Rig. Auto rifles or machine gun blows increase their stability, ammo generation, and damage. Stacks up to 10 times. Higher stack counts expire more quickly. And we got Spirit of Alphalupi. Spirit of Alphalupi added healing your allies grants class ability energy. Now we got the Warlocks. We got the Starfire Protocol. Now also activates on radiant damage. Increase the fusion grenade energy gain from dealing damage from 2.5 to 5%. Reduced fusion grenade energy gain from final blows from 20% to 15%. Wings of Sacred Dawn. Combatants are less accurate towards you while Tomb of Dawn is active. This is similar to Manticore effects. While Solar Super is equipped, solar weapon final blows now grant restoration and reload your stowed weapons. We got Fellwinter's Helm. Added power melee weakened targets applies a 15% weaken. Weaken effects applied by the burst via melee or finisher final blows are unchanged. Then we got Prometheum Spurs. Rework the perk Ember of Light. While the Solar Super is equipped, weapon defeats grant class ability energy, and weapon defeats in a rift grant a different solar verb depending on the rift. While the Healing Rift, weapon defeats create a pulse that grants radiant to you and nearby allies. While in an Empowering Rift, weapon defeats instead grant cure to you and nearby allies. And we got Boots of the Assembler. It's getting a good work. Boost of the Assembler, Noble Seekers no longer spawn in waves and instead spawn at a consistent rate based on fireteam size. Average number of Noble Seekers produced per 8 seconds is unchanged. It will produce 1 per ally in the same time period. Mobile Seekers tracking range change from 40 meters, always from 20 to 40 meters based on the time alive. Noble Seekers will prioritize allies who have not been healed in the last 8 seconds. Noble Seekers can now target allies standing in the rift producing them. Noble Seekers will not target an ally more than once every 4 seconds. They will not detonate when passing nearby an ally they are not targeting. They will still detonate if they make direct impact with an ally they are not targeting. They no longer grant extended rift duration on Noble Seekers impact with allies. Instead, it grants class ability energy on Noble Seekers impact with allies. Scales based on fireteam size. Then last but not least, we got the Geomax stabilizers. Reduced super energy granted by Onyx traces to 4% from 7. Return sprinting to top off bolt charges. Decreased bolt charge stacks required before sprinting will grant additional stacks from 6 to 5. Decrease the amount of time required for sprinting to start, granting bolt charge from 2 seconds to 1. Increase the rate bolt charge is granted while this effect is active from 1 every 1.5 seconds to 1 every 0.33 seconds. So those are the changes coming in Edge of Fate. It seems like there's going to be some good things to make some of the exotic armor pieces that aren't really used a ton, make them a little more viable. So let me know what you think in the comments below.